So hello everyone, my name is AZIZI and my research paper is titled Malaysia's Maritime Security Dilemma in the South China Sea, Navigating Tensions with China. So the South China Sea is at the heart of a major geopolitical struggle, and Malaysia finds itself facing a tough maritime security dilemma. So on one side, there's the need to protect its sovereignty, and on the other, the challenge of managing regional stability amidst China's growing assertiveness. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how Malaysia is navigating these tensions and what it means for the region and beyond. So let's dive into this critical issue. The South China Sea is a vital geopolitical hotspot with overlapping territorial claims that have sparked tensions among several countries, including Malaysia and China. So at the heart of these disputes is the question of sovereignty and control over crucial maritime routes and resources. Malaysia, along with other Southeast Asian nations, asserts its right under international law, particularly the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, which recognizes Malaysia's exclusive economic zone, or EEZ. However, China's expensive 9-line claim, which seeks control over nearly the entire South China Sea, and its growing militarization of disputed features have intensified regional tensions. For Malaysia, balancing its maritime security and sovereignty with China's assertiveness is a delicate challenge. This context is crucial in understanding Malaysia's maritime security dilemma and its efforts to safeguard national interests in the face of growing geopolitical pressures. So Malaysia faces a critical maritime security dilemma in the South China Sea, driven largely by China's assertive claims under the 9-line. So these claims challenge Malaysia's sovereignty, particularly in its EEZ as defined by international law under the UNCLOS. So Malaysia must navigate this complex geopolitical landscape, balancing its need to assert sovereignty and protecting its maritime interests. So the question becomes, how can Malaysia actively address China's assertiveness while safeguarding its strategic and territorial integrity? So this research explores Malaysia's challenges, strategies, and efforts to uphold its national interests amidst growing geopolitical tensions. So the first one is to analyze Malaysia's strategies in addressing its maritime security dilemma in the South China Sea in the context of China's growing assertiveness. The second one is to evaluate Malaysia's responses to traditional security challenges, such as territorial sovereignty and military presence in its bilateral relations with China. And the third one, to examine the geopolitical implications of Malaysia-China tensions for regional stability and Malaysia's national security. So the first one is, what strategies has Malaysia adopted to address its maritime security challenges in the South China Sea? And the second one is, how has Malaysia responded to China's activities and claims in the region, particularly concerning traditional security concerns like territorial sovereignty and military presence? And the third one is, what are the geopolitical implications of Malaysia-China tensions for Malaysia's maritime security and regional stability? So the theory that I use is the security dilemma, where one state's efforts to enhance its security are perceived as threats by others, leading to a cycle of increasing tensions. So China's assertive claims under the 9-line pose a direct challenge to Malaysia's sovereignty, fostering a perception of threats. So in the anarchic international system where no central authority exists, states like Malaysia must rely on self-help to protect their interests. This perceived threat from China prompts Malaysia to adopt defensive measures such as strengthening its military and pursuing diplomatic strategies, further deepening mistrust between the two nations. Realism, with its emphasis on anarchy and the self-help principle, helps explain why Malaysia's fear-driven policies aimed at countering China's influence. Thus, the security dilemma continues to shape Malaysia's efforts to safeguard its maritime sovereignty. So I'm using a qualitative approach for this paper because it allows for an in-depth exploration of Malaysia's maritime security dilemma by focusing on the complex geopolitical and strategic factors that drive Malaysia's response to China's assertive actions. So qualitative methods enable a detailed analysis of state behavior, perceptions, and the underlying dynamics that contribute to the security dilemma. By examining key academic journals, newsletters, reports, and contemporary case studies, I can capture the nuanced perspectives, decision-making processes, and the interplay of regional power relations, which are critical for understanding Malaysia's approach to managing tensions in the South China Sea. So Reuters, a renowned newsletter, explained in 2023 that Malaysia's approach to the South China Sea remains complex and evolving. Despite ongoing tensions and China's assertive claims in the region, Malaysia has made it clear that it will not halt exploration activities within its EEZ. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has reiterated this position, emphasizing Malaysia's commitment to maintaining its sovereignty and defending its maritime interests despite growing Chinese assertiveness. The Reuters article highlights Malaysia's cautious but firm approach to to balancing national interests. So by examining Malaysia's cautious hedging strategy, which is balancing economic engagement with China while asserting maritime sovereignty, the study provides valuable insights into Malaysia's approach to regional tensions. So understanding Malaysia's response helps clarify how smaller states navigate the complexities of competing interests in an increasingly unstable maritime environment. Additionally, this research contributes to the broader discourse on maritime security and the role of middle powers like Malaysia in managing tensions with major regional actors, particularly China. Ultimately, the findings offer crucial policy implications, shedding light on Malaysia's evolving strategies and their impact on regional stability. So there are four main scopes of study. The first one is the theory of security dilemma and realism. The second one is the role of international law or UNCLOS. The third one is Malaysia's maritime security strategy. And the fourth one is the impact of China's assertiveness on Malaysia's sovereignty.